What's up, homies? Welcome to the vlogs, or us, mystery vlogs from the Dex.
This is what happens when you don't prepare an intro.
Yeah, so take that lesson. But I'm Alex.
I'm Kellz.
And we're here. We're moving on from Fall Arbor Town to the next bit of our journey.
Yes.
Hot on the trail of Professor Cosmo. We head west out of Fall Arbor Town onto Route 114.
Ah.
First thing you see on Route 114 is the Fossil Maniac, which
Right.
is really weird and reminds me of something from Earthbound, from Liar Exaggerate's house. But if you go into the not the Rune Maniac's house, the Fossil Maniac's house, you find his brother who gives you Dig, which is TM28, and then you go through and you talk to the Fossil Maniac who's like working on fossils, but he's like, I don't have anything for you, but maybe the sand is gonna like, toss up some fossils. Who knows? So
hint, hint, hint.
Yeah. So obviously we just passed like a sandy desert. So I bet you if you go back there,
there may be some fossils there.
Fossils.
Who knows?
And that's Route 111. So you keep going from there, and you find a guy who's like, my Pucciana's really annoying, and every time it roars, everyone runs away. Here's Roar, TM5, which is Roar, hilarious.
Great. I love Roar. I love using it.
Yeah,
it's a good move.
Do you like Route 114?
I do.
It's a pretty cool route. It's
like
a nice big, like, it really, I remember like when I was a kid feeling like, wow, this is like a really big like Gen 3E route.
Yeah, I like it. I like the secret base in the little lake there.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a good place.
Speaking of the lake, there's a bridge over that lake. You can battle a few fishermen on that bridge. And when you get over it, you're at Lanette's house.
Yeah.
You go into Lanette's house and you talk to her and she's like, don't tell anyone that I'm here, but I'll help you. And she gives you a C-Dot doll or a Low-Tad doll, depending on what version you have. Mm-hmm. And she also adds the organized boxes option
to the
finally to the PC, which
top
makes it easy to use your PC. Of course, it created a problem for me where I was so used to going down that I had just as much trouble with it.
If you haven't got there yet and don't know what we're talking about, it changes organized boxes from the third thing down on the list to like the first thing, so you don't have to like scroll to get to it, and you don't accidentally choose withdraw Pokemon every time.
I don't know why they even have those options. Like, if they have one where you can do everything, like why do they still have a withdraw and deposit one?
I don't know.
Ease of use, like quickness?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's an age-old problem. A lot of people complain about, like, sort of like traditionally, it's done. It's solved.
Yeah.
Keep going along the route, and you run into May Brendan, who is chasing like the team, and she's like, "Stop!" or he's like, "Stop!" And you have to follow them to Meteor Falls.
Yes,
so basically, you do that, and there's not a huge amount to do in Meteor Falls yet because you don't have Surf and Waterfall.
Tons of items. So if you have your dowsing machine out, good on you. Because there are tons of items on the way to Meteor Falls.
Yeah. So you get to where the action is. And there's a multi-battle with either Magma admin Tabitha or Aqua admin Shelly. Mm-hmm. You fight them, and the other team shows up, and in the confusion, Cosmo is released, but the team that you just fought, the one from your game, takes the meteorite and just like pieces out, and you're just like damn. So Cosmo's like, well, thanks for saving me. Come back to my town. He gives you TM23, which is Smackdown, and then he's like, you want to go back to Mauville? And you can either do that, or you can go down Route 115, which has just got some more trainers and stuff on it. Mm-hmm. It's cool, and it has like cool meteor hits on it. Yeah. But you just go back to Mauville, and when you get there, first thing first, make sure you change your bike, because that's going to be useful. Change it from the Mach bike to the Aqua bike, if you haven't done that already at this point. But then from there, you can go up through Route 112, and then finally you can take the cable car up to Mount Chimney. And it's like a war zone. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah, it reminds me of like, I don't know, like Pirates of the Caribbean or something, where it's like you go through and everybody's just fighting and they won't bother you. Mm-hmm. Or like in Assassin's Creed 4, the pirate one, that's a similar thing. There's like always like two armies fighting. I don't know. It's a cool thing. You can battle a team member on the way. I think you actually have to. And then you can get Incinerate if you like go down some path. Then you run into Tabitha or Shelly again, you fight them, and then it's like the fight with Archie or Maxie.
Right.
Which are the like two like bosses. So whichever one is from your game, you fight them, and then they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna mega evolve my Hold on. Hello? I have to go.
Yeah, it's so funny.
And so basically he like mentions something about Mount Pyre and like takes off. Then the other one shows up, which in my case was now now Archie is there.
In my case, Maxie.
Yeah, and it's like they left you the meteorite. Huh. Okay, well that's probably because they found the orb. I mean, gotta go.
Nothing.
So now we know there's some sort of orb. Of course, if you played this game before, you know exactly what the orb is.
But you know what they shouldn't have done was leave you that meteorite. Spoilers.
But
if they had only kept the meteorite,
they would have been done. It would have been
the whole game would have been over.
Yeah, it would have been fine.
No spoilers.
But they had to give it to you. So you head south from there through the Jagged Pass, which I really like. I think it's a really cool route. It has like a lot of like acrobike like pegs everywhere, and it's like this cool sort of like Jagged Pass is the perfect name for it. It's like literally like a jagged pass.
It's so fun. You can just kind of like go up and down and all around to get all the hidden items and stuff. It's a really fun route. Flame
Charge is there, TM43, TM69, Rock Polish is there, and then just go south, and then you're in Lavaridge Town.
Yes, you are.
First thing you see in Lavaridge Town is outside the Pokemon Center, or Pokemon Mart, I think, is like a black belt dude who says Sword Stance. He's like, Sword Stance, like, Swords, because he's pronouncing it wrong. And then he gives you Sword Stance, which is a great move, TM75.
Sword Stance.
Sword Stance.
Swords.
And then the Pokemon Center in Lavaridge Town is really neat because...
It's a hot spring.
Yeah, there's a hot spring through the door. There's also a woman who gives you a good deal on Moo Moo Milk.
Yes.
It's $500 for 100 HP, whereas Super Potions are $700 for 50 HP. So buy Moo Moo Milk instead of Super Potions.
Right.
The hot springs are weird.
They're not cool anymore because there's no ladies in them talking to you.
Well, I mean, it's just still like a weird zone. I don't know why it's there. I guess it just gives like flavor.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't really.
There might be like an item or something in there. I think you get like an ice heal or something like that. But then there's also a woman outside of the hot springs now who gives you an egg.
An egg?
Yeah, not gonna tell you what's in the egg.
What's in the egg?
You want to tell what's in the egg?
No, I can't remember.
Okay.
Whisper. What? I don't think you said the name of a Pokemon.
I didn't. I said Metal Man. It's Beldum.
Right?
Oh. It's Beldum, right?
I don't remember.
I think it's Beldum. I can't remember. I never hatched the egg. I put it away immediately. There's also the herb shop in Lavaridge Town, which it's weird. Herbal medicine is better than Pokemon Mart medicine in terms of like its effects, but in terms of like taste, it tastes way worse. So your Pokemon,
it's bitter, so they lose happiness.
Yeah, exactly.
Sad stuff.
But also in there, there's a dude who gives you charcoal, which boosts your fire type moves.
It does.
And then you finally, now there's nothing else to do. It's a pretty small town. Time to head into the gym, which is Flannery's gym, which I like Flannery a lot. She seems to be some way related to Blaine.
Yeah, somehow.
In some way. And she just looks cool, and her gym is cool. It's like a weird, like, water...
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It definitely employs the use of the hot springs, and you'll go up on a platform, and then... Yeah, you'll be down, and then you'll have to, like, shoot up on a platform on a geyser or something like that, and then you'll have to
it's like,
fight somebody and then go back down.
Floor panels and, like, wood planks and, like, water and, like, craggy rocks that are, like, a cool blue with, like, torches. It's, like, a real, like, temple-y vibe.
Yeah, it's cool. Very cool. I like it.
It's a pretty easy gym because at this point you should definitely have, like, some water or ground-type Pokemon in your party. True. If you have a Marsh Stomp in your party, like, you win big time. So, I had a really easy time with her, even though I had... Sticks, which is was a Gravile at the time, but it was simp. It was simp. You beat her, you get the heat badge. I really like Flannery's new design. She has like a jumpsuit kind of like tied down on her. She, like makes her look like she's like, all right, let's fight. You caught me in the middle of work day. She
seems cool though. She's obviously like, oh, I'm a new leader. Oh, what? Ah, dang it. Ah, okay, well I'll fight you.
Yeah.
And then you beat her and she's like, oh, cool. All right. She just seems like she doesn't have as much experience as a normal gym leader, and so you can definitely see that newness with her.
But she's also not like, I'll get you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is cool. Heat badge gives you level 50 Pokemon up to will obey you.
Yes.
You can use strength outside of battle once you get a heat badge, which means you can go
Finally.
back to the fiery path and do
Right.
some cool stuff over there.
Yeah, open up the deep reaches.
Yep, and then you also get overheat, which is a cool, super powerful move that's not super useful except on a couple Pokemon. But it's cool. It's a cool move. And then you go outside. Me and Brendan meet you out there. They give you the Go goggles, which are neat. But then he's like, we could go back to this other town right now if you want. But I gave these Go goggles, so you could probably use these in the desert. So do whatever you're gonna do.
Did it seem like okay, from the perspective of being a girl character and having Brendan, did it seem like he was like, did it seem like she was like asking you on like a little cute walk date?
I didn't really get that vibe.
Because I totally got that vibe.
I don't ship May with the main character.
With the main character, yeah. Brendan, it seemed like that's kind of what they were going for. Because he was just like, I'd love to accompany you back to Mauville. Right? It was Mauville, right?
I don't know where
He's like, I'd love to accompany you if you wanna come along. And then I said no the first time, and he sounded so sad. He was like, oh, well, yeah, I guess that's okay. I bet you have a lot of things to do. And then I was like, oh no! So I like did some stuff, and then I came back and I walked with him back to the village because I felt so bad for him. But it definitely felt like some sort of like romantic vibe, which I know that was something that they said that they wanted to try to incorporate.
Maybe I don't know.
So I was thinking that was maybe like the way they did it.
It very well could be. I just like don't have any. I don't remember thinking that I was playing
throughout the game like at all, or
admittedly, I was playing the game very fast, but like I just didn't think about it that way. I just didn't think.
I feel like it even got like stronger like post game.
Yeah, it's possible. I just didn't think of it. Like as I'm playing through it now, I'll like listen for it more, but I never thought of it that way.
Huh. I also felt bad because I really like Wally better, which I'm sure for a guy it doesn't matter because Wally's always a boy.
I think of Wally as like a large amount younger than you, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, that's it for the walkthrough portion of this week. We got the gym badge. We're gonna come back with a neat mystery right after this.
Hey,
Oh,
it's mystery time. This is an interesting mystery.
Yeah, this is like, I don't know, like we just played through Mother 3 on Super Beard Bros, and there's sort of like an entire race of people called the Med Gypsies who are like gender queer, like on purpose, like it's like weird, like ambiguous gender stuff. And I don't think that's what's happening here, and I don't want to like, you know, rope ourselves into a conversation about like transsexuals
Like
or
gender
transgenders,
identity.
because that's not what this is. I just wanted to like actually bring up like what we think the intentions of the Game Freak are. So it's interesting.
All right. So our mystery for today is, what gender is Tabitha?
Yeah, Tabitha is the Magma admin. So if you play Sapphire, you don't see her that much, see him that much, see that person that much.
Tabitha is male. Canonically.
I believe that the intention is that Tabitha is a male.
Yes.
But it's weird. It's odd. Like I don't know.
There are deliberate things in the game that point to it kind of being ambiguous, though there is like in the the demo, it clearly does state like he.
Yes, it does. But they redesigned Tabitha for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire and like add this sort of backstory that he's like from the Devon Corporation. But like before, he was like in all his depictions, he's like a ultra buff version of like a Magma grunt. Like he's like just like buff. He had like in some things like he has like big hair, like big long like macho man hair. But now he's like kind of rounded, and his features are a lot more like gender ambiguous. His hair even is kind of gender ambiguous. He kind of looks like Rosie O'Donnell to me, kind of.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. But it's just bizarre that they like made it less clear. And I just wonder why. I mean, I don't know. Like, what else? Like, there was some confusion. I was reading about it, and they were saying, like, is the name Tabitha, like, the woman's name Tabitha? Or is it, like, some weird attempt at, like, some sort of interesting new name, like Tabitha?
I mean, I don't know. It's spelled like the classic name that is, like, a real human's name.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. But also, so his Japanese name, right? Japanese name is Homura. which is a gender-neutral name for the most part, especially because it's usually a last name, a surname in Japan.
Okay.
Which doesn't really help us. But then, like in the manga, he's been named Mitch, and originally in like the 4Kids version of the anime, he was named Harlan, and I think it was because he sounds more like Homura. But I just don't know why the name is Tabitha.
I'm trying to think. Well, okay. Here's my thoughts. Like, oftentimes in story writing, like a gender ambiguous person is meant to like reveal something, but that never really happens with Tabitha. And it's not like just reveal that they're not the gender they say they are. It's more like it's more like an obvious gender ambiguous person. It has like some sort of secret. It's like a trope, you know. And so that's what I was kind of like expecting. But that never really came about. But I wonder if, like, because I know that, like, culturally in Japanese, like, that, like, gender ambiguousness is kind of like a thing that is just more widely
it's just more part
like,
of
totally accepted.
Part of society.
Yeah, it's just like very much more part of society. And so maybe in us, like, Western countries, we don't come across that as often, and so we find it odd, but maybe it's just like not even a thing.
So you think that they just did it to like diversify the game a little
and they're
bit,
just
maybe?
like, yeah, and then there's this, and then there's Tabitha.
Yeah, okay, so here's some other reasons why maybe this character's name is Tabitha. According to Bulbapedia, I looked it up, could be an anagram of habitat, which means like home. But if you consider it an anagram of both habitat and Tabiti, which is like the Scythian goddess of fire, which is important because it's a goddess. Like, I don't know, like, it's like the fire habitat goddess. Because Archie or Maxie is a man.
I don't know.
That's that's like a real big stretch.
I mean, like, when you compare that with Team Aqua, the woman's name is Shelly.
Which is like
which
an ocean.
is a shell. So that's pretty clear.
Yeah. But like Tabitha doesn't really have a clear connection to like fire, which is why.
But then again, like there are definitely names. I mean, Tabitha isn't classically like.
Courtney isn't really like.
Tabitha is not really like a name that we associate with like both genders. Like I mean, I've known some males named Ashley, or like I've known some males named Kelly, and those are classically.
I've known some men named Shelley.
Yeah, those are like some classically more female names, but that doesn't mean. I mean, I guess in the long run you can. You can have any name that you want.
I looked. Like, there's no account of a Tabitha that's not like a female name. I don't know. It's bizarre. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, what? I don't know what else. I don't know what else to think about it. Like, it's weird. Like, it sticks out to me. Like, it seems like there's something to it, but you know,
it seems like they were like trying to like say something, but then they never really did.
Yeah, like, look, if it's just like we wanted to put somebody whose gender is ambiguous in the game because we didn't have anybody like that before, fine, great. Like, that's a good, like, I guess that's like a good message. Like, but it's weird that they don't even like mention it at all if it's intentional. But the redesign seems so deliberate. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. Maybe we'll find out more about it as we go, because I'm being a little bit more meticulous as I play through the game this second time. But I just don't know. I just want to I wanted to hear what you thought. I'm interested to hear what you guys think. Leave it in the comments below. I also want to talk about just a little update on last week's mystery, which was about the old man in Verdant Town.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Yeah. Everybody is saying that like there's like, well, obviously like Shinto is like not as like unified of a religion, so there's not like one unified way of thinking about death. But in general, like, the dead are a little bit more incorporated into, like, society. Like, just like, there's a little bit more of a morbidity to Japanese culture than there is to American culture.
I feel that.
In general. But it's not, like, it's not as, like,
just
overt.
it's more of, like, it's not, like, morbidness. It's more like a connection with...
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's as overt as, like, Mexican culture. Where like the dead are like a very important part of like everything, or like the Philippines, where they like dig up their ancestors and like change their clothes and stuff like that. Not all the Philippines, but some people do that, and it's just interesting. I don't think that this was supposed to be anything more than just like a little like winky thing, like troll for the players, but it's there. And also a lot of people from the UK were chiming in and saying that alive and kicking means like cool or just young and hip.
Oh.
But it's old slang. Everybody who said it also said that it's something that has been used for like 15 years.
Interesting.
So there you go.
So maybe that's just an old guy that thinks he's hip.
Yeah. So let us know what you think.
The mystery is solved.
Yeah. Let us know what you think. Somebody else also said like, what if he's just messing with you to get a rise out of you, which I guess is possible, but it's
Could
like
be.
it's
That's
almost
funny.
it's almost like it's like maybe we're all in a dream. Like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's this week's mystery. Let us know what you think about Tabitha's gender or any clues that you can think of to like help us figure out like what the point of naming that character Tabitha is. Leave that in the comments below, and I'll obviously read it. But until then, let's just jump over to the Q&A.
Q&A. And we are back with the Q&A time.
Q&A.
Hot
Mommy
diggity dog,
bakes
it's a
with
Q&A.
Q&A. All right. Little CNH reference for you guys who were born in 1930.
I was not.
Okay, great. So we're just gonna jump in. If you don't know, at the end of all these we do Q&A. You can leave yours in the comment section below. And the very first question that's like legitimate and not like some kind of weird, half mean, gross question will get read first. So that's this one, which is from Owen L, which says, "Who's your favorite Pokemon ever? And keep up the great work."
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a big question. It's a big question,
it's a big
Owen.
question. It changes. It fluctuates.
Sometimes mine is Jolteon.
Sometimes mine is Whimsicott.
Sometimes mine is Chestnut.
Sometimes mine is Ampharos.
A lot of the time, lately, mine has been Breloom.
Lately, a lot of the time, mine has been Furret.
There's others.
Like Gastrodon.
I like other ones too.
West Sea, Best Sea.
There's other ones that I like.
Vaporeon is wonderful.
I like Espeon quite a bit.
Lapras just is the killer.
I'm a big fan of Tentacruel.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, see, there you go. You learn something new every day, Owen. Thanks for asking that question.
I really like Maractus.
Oh. Odd.
It's so cute.
It is. I just never... Looks kind of like a Heartless, is that why?
Yeah.
Yeah, got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
This next question is from Charizard Blaze. And they ask, Alex and Kellz, I want to know your opinion on this. Okay.
Yep.
Personally, I really dislike breeding Pokemon so just so I can get the perfect one. That one is shiny, 6 IVs, hidden ability, egg moves, etc. I feel like this is something that should be more fun, not more work. So I just want to know how you two feel on the matter of breeding for the perfect Pokemon.
It's like a to each their own type of thing. Like, I enjoy the idea of like feeling like I'm getting a reward for my hard work. Like doing stuff like this makes me feel good because it makes me feel like I'm getting stuff done. That's like a big reason why people play games like MMOs or Monster Hunter or Pokemon or, you know, Animal Crossing, games like that, because it just feels like you're getting stuff done, and it's not tedious because you're getting excited about the final product that's going to be tangible that you get at the end. I don't personally breed for shinies though, because that's for insane people.
I was about to say that. As far as like with the Gen 6 changes that they made for breeding, it is now like a ton easier to get like hidden abilities and really good IVs. Like really, honestly, I can't think of any Pokemon who really needs all 6 of its IVs to be perfect. Like really.
Some of them do like that are like mixed. Or
yeah,
like
a mixed attacker, but there's not a whole lot of this. Usually a Pokemon is like situated best for a certain role, and therefore like you don't really need to get 6 IVs and you can pretty easily get a 5 IV one with the right IVs, with not too much work, which is great. When you try to layer on that a shiny, that's when it makes it hard, because like the best way to do that is Masuda method, and then you have to like go out of your way to try to get one with good IVs to breed, and that kind of stuff is really hard, and I'm not really as into that.
I can't think of a situation where I would get a shiny Pokemon and then be disappointed because it didn't have 6 IVs. Like, I'd be like, that's like so much. But I don't like, that's like, if that's what you want, like if that's the thing that you want to like work for, like more power to you. And
yeah,
usually
definitely.
the people who do that aren't like, this is my burden. It's like they're happy and they're like excited to do it, and they are like, you know, very like,
because it's also like a really fun thing to do when you just have some time and you don't want to like devote yourself to a game, but you want to be like doing something. Like say like you're like somewhere that requires your mild attention, like waiting for your train, and you just want to be able to like go back and forth and like look up every few seconds to make sure that it's coming or whatever.
Or like jam through like a TV show that I've like seen.
Yeah,
and like also breed.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. I personally, I do like breeding because I think it's fun and it's kind of like puts you in like this zone.
Yeah.
This like trancey zone where you just like, you know,
yeah,
you can listen to music
time
or whatever.
passes and you feel you're getting stuff done.
But yeah, but it's not like something that I do like, I need to really have fun and immerse myself in a video game. I know I'll breed, but that's not really what it's for.
But it can be if that's what you like. If you like living the fantasy of like, I'm a breeder. Like,
you know, when I was hatching my Dawn fan, I was like talking to the eggs when they hatched. I was like, are you the one? Come on, little guy, come on out. Come on out, let's see.
Hilarious.
Oh, you're beautiful. You're good, but you're a girl and I really wanted a boy.
Yeah, that moral line is where you gotta like start being like, this is a game, these aren't real.
I have a hard time with that line.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
But I'll tell you what, in breeding all the Pokemon that I breed for the decks, like, a lot of the time, I'll just get like a perfect one. Just by accident. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of the time.
Yeah, a few times when I was doing some like breeding a lot. Yeah, sometimes you just run across a really perfect one.
So hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah.
The next question comes from Heart on the Mend, who says, "Hey Alex and Kelly, been a big fan since episode 1 of the decks.
Thank you.
My question is, what's your opinion on the amount of legendaries that exist in the game now, and do you think they're creating too many? I sometimes wonder if they're marketing ploys to continue making movies. Either way, they sort of lost their special rare appeal due to the sheer number of them and the multiple ways to obtain them. Do you agree?"
Yes and no. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, but like, I would feel bad if you didn't elaborate.
Well, of course I'll elaborate. I think that there are a few games in which I am like, oh, there's so many legendaries in this game. Hoenn is one of them. Where I'm like, there's so many legendaries. Dang. And maybe Sinnoh is probably not really one of them. I guess my opinion on this matter is Unova was one, though. It's got 2 trios.
It's got a lot of legendaries.
It's got like 9 legendaries. And Victini, that's 10. Victini is 10. Yeah, there are some games that have a ton of legendaries and some games that like don't have a whole lot. Like honestly, Gen 6 only revealed 3, right?
Yeah, there's still like some more like limbo ones.
Yeah.
One of which is getting a movie.
I think that legendaries have kind of like changed in what they are. I think in the very first games they were like these Pokemon, the one and its clone, and then these weird birds that are just around. But still, I don't know, that's 5. But anyway, I really think that they were just kind of like put in like to be like the special ones. And then as that's evolved, there's kind of like evolved into 2 different classes of legendaries, like the really powerful monsters and then like the little cute ones that are like the guardians of peace and love. And I think that in a sense the legendaries are more like just like a pantheon to round out the lore of Pokemon.
Yeah.
And that it's not like they're trying to make a marketing ploy per se, but it's more of like these are like the main figures in like the Pokemon mythology that we need to know about, and there are a lot of them. Just like there are a ton of yokai, like demons and gods and things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
In Japanese culture. So I think I'm not bothered by the amount of legendaries there are. There are definitely some that are super forgettable for me, but I like them as a whole.
Yeah, it's the same thing for me. Like I'm very excited to see the like presentation of the legendary. I don't particularly enjoy just like, oh, there it is. Mm-hmm. But I do like that each one adds a little bit like more to the puzzle, like what the deal is with the Pokemon world, which is really exciting. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why we do on the decks like the Pokemon creation myth, etc. For every time we do a legendary, is because I just like being able to say like, okay, so what new evidence about like the entire world does this Pokemon bring us? Because each of them have like a purpose, which is exciting. And so, or like a piece of backstory that's like totally crazy, like Deoxys, like aliens, magical mutating lasers. There's just all sorts of like aspects of the Pokemon world that it brings us that are just so out of left field.
Yeah.
And that's why
definitely.
I like him, and I get excited. The more there are, the happier I am, because I'm going to learn more about Pokemon.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
That's good.
Here, give me the next one.
All right, great. This next question comes from Purple Kangaroo. Question: would you guys ever consider doing a Pokemon TCG episode of the Dex Versus? I recently started playing after years of thinking it was a super complicated game based on a guidebook I had when I didn't write it. A guidebook I had when I was a kid that I didn't understand, but it's actually pretty easy to get a grasp of. I think it would make a good little spin-off episode, kind of like the Smash ones. We have recently, on our Patreon stream, have been opening packs of cards on the TCG Online and doing some online TCG battles. In the works, because of a cool marketing promotion that Pokemon sent us, we may be doing a battle soon on the Dex Versus that could be TCG related.
But we will neither confirm nor deny whether or not that's happening in the next few weeks, definitely.
But I've been trying to get into the TCG, mostly the TCG Online, because I really don't want to spend all of my money on TCG because I know that it is a sinkhole because it's so fun. But I don't want to do that. So I've been doing a lot of online TCG stuff and just like playing my way through it. I mean, if you play online, it's not that hard not to spend any money at all. Yeah,
and along those lines, if you have any codes that you want to send us and then join on Patreon and watch us open them, you can send them to Kelly on Twitter, or if you want us to like share your cards with the world or your codes with the world, we usually, if you toss them to us, we'll usually retweet them. I'm not going to promise we'll catch every single one because we get a lot of tweets, but send them along. We'll find them a home.
Yeah.
People get them all the time. Like I literally the other day I retweeted like 100 of them. Like I retweeted so many. Like throughout the day I was just getting them.
Huh.
Okay. Next one's from Liam Neville. Will you guys eventually open a merch store? We already have one. It's at theyeti.com/thedex. If you head there, you can buy our shirts. In a couple weeks, we're gonna add some more shirts to the store.
Confirmed.
And maybe like some stickers or something, but I don't know. I don't know about that, but definitely shirts. New shirts are coming.
Sweet.
Next question is from Lord Nero, who says, "What are your favorite pizza toppings?"
Ooh, pineapple is one.
Mm-hmm.
I also love barbecue chicken pizza.
Great. I'm like getting really into like bougie, like gourmet pizzas, and I've been really into like prosciutto and like spinach and like stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Truffle oil.
But what's like your favorite normal pizza
party toppings?
Yeah.
Probably like pepperoni or like chicken and onion, or I like the gorp, like with like everything on it.
Oh, you.
Just like, the Supreme, whatever.
What was that pizza you had?
What?
What was that pizza you had not too long ago?
Which one?
The one from Ugo?
The one with like artichoke hearts and prosciutto on it?
Or was it figs? There was one with figs.
Oh, the one with the figs and the turkey or something like that?
That one was good.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
If
you live in Los Angeles, check out Ugo in downtown Culver City. It's really great.
It's a good pizza place.
Yeah.
Not a pizza, it's an Italian place.
Yeah. And their pizza is like verified by like
it's like real,
like
traditional
the
pizza.
real pizza. It's really damn good. Next and final question is from QLaw SJC, who says, "Hey guys, what state are you from? 1, 2, 3.
California.
Great.
Actually, wait, I have something to say about this.
Okay.
We get a lot of crap in the comments about people saying that we say like too much. I just want you to know that it's actually a real part of the California accent is that people here just say like
it's
more
not
than
from
other
everywhere.
people.
It's not from everywhere in California.
It's like very specifically like Southern California.
We happen to live in the city of Los Angeles.
I just did it.
Yeah, we happen to live in the city of Los Angeles.
I'm sorry if you hate it. It's how we grew up.
It is a real thing that we learned to speak English with. So please just be tolerant of our speech patterns from this region. I'm not constantly sitting around making fun of people who are from Boston or from the South or anywhere else.
You and your coffee.
Yeah, park the car. Park the car. Oh, I'm gonna wash my car. Oh, soda pop. Wow. Huh?
My grandpa said wash. Also, those NorCal kids with their hella.
Oh yeah, hella. But no, that's why we say like. It's just the same thing as any of those things. So please forgive us. Enjoy this. Thank you for watching. Leave your questions in the comments below. I'm Alex.
I'm Kelly.
And we'll be back next week with our next episode of this vlog. Bye.
You see, I got surprised with my own damn name.